This is NFL Civil War, and for whatever reason, after nearly 60 years of being merged, the two conferences decided to part ways. Maybe one side agreed pineapple belongs on pizza and the other doesn't. Maybe one hears Yanny and the other hears Laurel, or maybe the NFC just couldn't stand there being two TikTok boys in the AFC. But either way, both conferences are at war and only one will prevail. Now I know what you're thinking, Dean, isn't this just imperialism? Not entirely. It isn't about claiming the most territory, it's about winning the most battles. As you can see, a star represents the location of every NFL team on the map. The objective for these NFL games is to win the most games at every single stadium, and whatever conference comes out the most victories wins the Civil War. Each conference will get what I will call 3 lines. These 3 lines will be 3 separate armies that can attack for the conference. Both conferences will start on their first line. If you lose, you have to move to your second line, but if you win, you get to stay on your first line until you lose, and it repeats this pattern. Each line will be represented by a team in their conference, which I'll be rolling for right now. So let's begin with the AFC first line. Whatever team it's going to land on here, it will be the Baltimore Ravens. Second line will be no other than the Pittsburgh Steelers, 2 AFC North teams. And for the third and final line, it'll be represented by the LA Chargers. Now let's do NFC. This is the first line for them. It's going to be the Seattle Seahawks. Second line will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the third line will be represented by the Detroit Lions. Alright, so now it's time to introduce you to the lines. First, we're starting with the AFC. We have the Baltimore Ravens, the first line. This team is stacked. Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, Nick Chubb, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Myles Garrett, Chris Jones, TJ Watt, Roquan Smith, and in the secondary, Patrick Surtain and Minkah Fitzpatrick. This is probably the best out of any team of the 6 we have in this video. Let's take a look at the second line for the AFC. It's going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is also a really well-rounded team as well. Joe Burrow at quarterback, Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams, the 2 Raiders at halfback and receiver, tight end Mark Andrews, another Raider in Max Crosby, and then for defense, other players, you have Quinnen Williams, Matthew Judon, CJ Mosley, Sauce Gardner, and Derwin James. So once again, this is another really solid lineup which we'll be playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers in this video with 3 Jets and 3 Raiders as well. And now the AFC third line, which is just as well stacked. It'll be the LA Chargers representing Josh Allen at quarterback, Derrick Henry running back, Stephon Diggs, David Njoku, and then for the defense, Von Miller, DeForest Buckner, Matt Milano, Nick Bolton, Jalen Ramsey, and Justin Simmons. Another very solid team to end out the AFC. So now let's go to the NFC. We're starting with their first line, which is Seattle Seahawks, and I think they line up pretty nicely with the AFC first line. Jalen Hurts at quarterback, Christian McCaffrey, Justin Jefferson, George Kittle, and Nick Bosa. This team has 3 Niners as well. And then you have Dexter Lawrence, Micah Parsons, Fred Warner, Jair Alexander, and Jesse Bates. And from here, it's going to go downhill. And that's because in our second line, our starting quarterback is Dak Prescott. Now, nothing against Dak Prescott. It's just the fact that the AFC is so stacked in quarterbacks, it just makes the NFC just look just puny and tiny. But other than that, the second line, which are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they have Saquon Barkley, Cooper Kupp, and TJ Hawkinson. Pretty solid. Even defense is pretty solid because Aaron Donald was on this. Jonathan Allen, Hassan Reddick, Levante David, Darius Slay, and Budda Baker. And now things just got compressed to shit because this third line is just not too good. I mean, it's a solid team. This would still be a playoff team, but compared to all the other lines in this video, this one's definitely the worst. First of all, Kirk Cousins is the quarterback. Obviously, he's not bad. He's a top 10 quarterback, but out of the quarterbacks today, he's definitely the worst. Then you have Aaron Jones at running back, AJ Brown. Then you have Dallas Goedert, DeMarcus Lawrence, Vita Vea, Rashawn Gary, DeMario Davis, Stephon Gilmore, and Harrison Smith. This is definitely the worst defense of all the lines, and the offense is just not, it's lacking the star power to say. Definitely by the looks of things, the AFC lines up much better than NFC in total. I think the first lines will be competitive, but this line compared to the AFC third line is a big difference. Well, we haven't even seen a snap yet, and there's already map updates? What happened? Considering we just randomly selected those 3 teams to both conferences, it's kind of like freebies. They just kind of start with them in this video. So now we're going to start rolling for stadiums which will host our future battles. So let's begin with our first battle, which will be hosted in Cleveland. First battle between our 2 first lines, the Battle of the Browns. So this is battle 1. Patrick Mahomes on line 1 with the Baltimore Ravens against this Seattle defense. First down completed. They're down by 3. 58 seconds left. Mahomes delivers, drops, got it. That's complete to Travis Kelce to the 28-yard line. Ravens probably have 1 or 2 more tries to get in the end zone here to win this game. They're going to go short. Travis Kelce again. 3rd down and 2. Looks like they kick a field goal. Overtime in battle 1. Just for confirmation, Justin Tucker nails it up 24 apiece. Now the true challenge. 3rd down and 8 from the 45. Jalen Hurts stays calm. No, he's going to run for it. Breaks out of this someone and fumbles the football. He just gets drilled at the Brown logo, the elf logo, man. Looks like the AFC might be claiming Cleveland. Let's just see if they can get some more yards to get in field goal range. Travis Kelce's already got a first down. Yeah, I agree, Mahomes. Field goals are overrated. Let's just score the touchdown here. Nick Chubb's got it, and he walks in. The Ravens will take battle number 1, which means the NFC will be down to their second line for our next game. Yeah, I think Jalen Hurts will need to sit out this next game. He literally got his back blown out in that drive. So now you notice the AFC is up to 4 stars in total. They have 4 areas of land. Somehow they have 3 AFC North as well. They just need 1 more. So now on to our second battle. The NFC is down to their second second line, we're going to Washington. This matchup at FedEx Field will be between the Buccaneers and the Ravens. We made it to Washington, and nothing ever good happens at the stadium. Just ask Alex Smith. But it's a similar score compared to last game. Dak Prescott's in some trouble, and there he goes. Timeout's called, 2nd and 20. So now the second line for the NFC is going to go for it. I really don't know what the thought process behind that was, but they're going to convert it? How did he hold on to that? What a catch. Mike Evans come up clutch. Well, I guess this means we'll be going to another overtime game, the exact same score, 24-24. Well, once again, the NFC team starts with the football in overtime, and they're struggling to execute, but no, this time they got a completion. We're to the 44-yard line. 3rd down and short from midfield. I don't know why we're just not handing this one off to Saquon Barkley. Come on now. You have like one of the best running backs in the game. Just run it. Nick Chubb has an opening. Now they're already across the 40. Damn, to the 39. I mean, another Ravens win possible? To make matters worse, he's on X game modes now. Now Patrick Mahomes gonna run for it. You know what? Just F it. Let the quarterback do it himself, too. Good thing he didn't fumble like Jalen Hurts. I don't know, man. This is a little too far off Justin Tucker's range for a field goal. Let's just see if he can somehow make this. And, oh, he somehow got it. There we go. Well, the AFC will add on to another, and the NFC is moving to the 3rd line now. I don't really know what the AFC's infatuation is with the Rust Belt right now, but that makes it 5-3. Well, the NFC is already down to the 3rd line before they go back to the 1st line. We're going to Chicago for this one. The Battle of Soldier Field between the Lions and the 1st line Ravens. Well, the 1st line Ravens just absolutely dismantled the Lions. Like, I knew this was going to happen. It's just not even close. By the time you're watching this video, the Chiefs and the Lions did play their Thursday night game. I don't know what happened yet because I haven't got to it, but I'm just so excited for it. I'm ready for week 1. And with it finally being time for football, I'd love to share an opportunity that you have while watching football from home this season. In collaboration with DraftKings, an official partner of the National Football League, you get an exciting new way to join the action with the players on the field starting now. To do this, all you need to do is download the DraftKings app right now and use my promo code DeansWorld, and with just a $5 wager, you will receive bonus bets of $200 to your account. That's $200 worth of bonus bets in your account by the snap of my fingers. And with this $200, you can stay up to date by placing same game parlays, which are multiple bets on a single game, and these can give you a shot at an even higher payout. But maybe sports betting is not allowed in your state. Don't worry, you can still join in on the fun with downloading DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot at cashing a prize as well. So don't waste any more time. Week 1 is on the horizon. Make sure you use promo code DeansWorld with a $5 wager and receive $200 in bonus bets. And big thanks to DraftKings for being today's video sponsor. Now the AFC has doubled the score of the NFC, and now it's back to the 1st lines for both teams, so we're gonna have the Ravens and Seahawks again. Alright, welcome back. This is like my 4th outfit change of the video, and don't mind the curtains back there. If I didn't have it covered up, it looked like the Oppenheimer bomb was blowing up behind me. But we're back to full strength with both 1st lines. That's gonna be Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. These 1st line teams are just so competitive. I mean, they are neck and neck again. We might have another overtime game, not unless Jalen Hurts scrambles across midfield, hold on to the football. Good job. Now at the 48 with 3 timeouts as well. Just about 15 or so more yards will put him in range for a field goal. Jalen Hurts stands still, delivers. Oh my goodness, you had one job. Oh no, you're gonna let the AFC do this? Minka Fitzpatrick with a pick. Oh my goodness. Justin Tucker has been really busy this video so far, and to make this 4 consecutive battle wins for the AFC, you got it. 34-31, 8 seconds left, but I doubt the NFC can do anything. Yeah, the only battle Jalen Hurts is in for right now is what makeup brand he should buy at the store. The NFC really needs some kind of driving factor to get him back into this war, but now it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles where we'll be playing at. It's the Battle of Lincoln Financial. The NFC's down to their 2nd, and the AFC is still on their 1st line. Hold up a second. This is the change of tide the NFC needed. They just need 1 first down. Dak Prescott, can you please get 7 yards somehow? Hands it off to Saquon Barkley. There's 5 right there. Let's learn from our mistakes that we did last time. How about run the football on 3rd down and 2? And that is what they'll do here. 1st down. This game is over. The NFC is back in the battle. Well, after 4 straight battle wins for the AFC, their 1st line finally weakened, which gave a perfect opening for the 2nd line of the NFC to take over. NFC has their 1st battle win. NFC is still down by 3, but now they share some borders up northeast. Both teams are now on their 2nd line, and we are going to Atlanta Mercedes-Benz Superdome for our next matchup. And this is our first time not seeing the Ravens in a game. It's the 2nd lines for both conferences. Live from Atlanta for our 6th battle. Both these teams are really solid. It's the 2nd line for both conferences. We have TJ Hawkinson for a 1st down and goal. 88 seconds left. I know the Steelers are not going to make a goal line stand, are they? Hold up. 4th down and goal. Dak just throws it to no man's land. Offensive collapse for the 2nd line of the NFC so far. They have to capitalize with 6 right here. Dak gonna scramble out to his right, getting chased, throws on the run, delivers. No one's there. Who are you throwing it to? The photographer on the sidelines? The NFC is struggling so far in this war right now. Back to a 4 battle lead for the AFC. Looking looking at this map right now, the East Coast has just dominated the AFC. I mean, they own basically every beach in sight, except for the NFC, who holds control right now of Jersey Shore and Daytona Beach. Just when I thought the NFC was getting back to the swings of things, but we're going to US Bank Stadium for the Minnesota Vikings. We have a new matchup. It's a second line Steelers versus the third line Lions. Okay, so I just missed a Lions touchdown, which means they're going to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. They got it. Easy completion right there. AJ Brown from Kirk Cousins, 22-19. Well, Joe Burrow's got 45 seconds to 3 timeouts to work his way back into this one. That's a completion. That's first down, timeout called. Joe Burrow throwing a pass completion to Mark Andrews on the Steelers is a level 5 crime. Down by 3, 42 seconds left from first down and 10 from the 35. Joe Burrow delivers again. An easy completion to Davante Adams. 36 seconds left. I know they're not satisfied with the field goal, however. Going up the middle, another completion. Davante Adams breaks the tackle, gets a juke to the 15-yard line now. This is yet again another overtime game, which we're going to get 22 apiece between these two teams. 10 yards to get from the 34. Burrow, he's going to run out of it. No, he runs right into a sack. Nowhere to go. 4th and 17. That might knock him out of field goal range. They're going to try it too. This is like a 58-yarder. Let's just see. No, the Lions will take over around midfield, have a golden opportunity to win this game. 3rd down and 5. They're going to need more yards than this. Kirk Cousins delivers, has the first down. Amon-Ra St. Brown to the 41. Take notes, AFC. This is how you get in range to kick a game-winning field goal right here. To make it 25-22 and give NFC back on the board, you bet the Lions get it done over the second-line Steelers. Even though this looks impressive considering they own 2 of the largest territories now, they're still down by 3. NFC is yet to close the gap by 3. We are going to Mile High. And this is actually our first time today seeing both third lines, including the AFC's third line, the Chargers. Yeah, unfortunately for the third line's case of the NFC, they just do not match up with the third line of the AFC. I was talking about this earlier. The Chargers win 34-28 under the command of Josh Allen. And the NFC just cannot seem to close the gap between 3. They're now trailing back down to 4. Well, that makes it 9-5. And if the NFC does not get their act together, they're going to be working 9-5 soon. The NFC does have a chance to fight back here. It's going to be in Indianapolis. Reason being is that the NFC is going back to the first line, but the AFC's on their third. Sure enough, the NFC takes care of business, which repeats the same pattern now. They're down by 3. So Indianapolis was claimed by the NFC, making it 6-9. Both teams are back to the first line. We're going to Arizona for this one. Maybe the Seahawks can finally get it done against the Ravens. Hold on to your pants, everybody. The Seahawks might actually win a game here, which will really help the NFC, and Kenneth Walker has the first down. Timeouts are starting to be called by the AFC. Ravens aren't down though yet. This is a handoff to Christian McCaffrey. He has the outside. This game's over. Goodbye, Christian McCaffrey. He's inside Ravens territory. They call a timeout. Why am I just staring at a football? Is something gonna happen? Hello? Well, the NFC just did something unthinkable. They are now within 2 games, which brings it to a 9-7 game, and we have half the league remaining with 16 teams. Alright, so now it's down to the second line for the AFC. We're going to Hard Rock, and I'm pretty sure this is a new matchup. It's gonna be the Seahawks versus the Steelers. Yeah, just your average football game with a score of 6-11. Joe Burrow current with the football for the Steelers right now in the AFC second line, has a first down to the 23. The second line is really making sure that the first line in the NFC does not get this ball back. They have knocked down the entire clock, and they're going to score a touchdown now with 38 seconds. This one to Deontay Johnson. So obviously the wise thing to do here is go for 2 to make it a field goal point game. It's 37 seconds, just a quick pass right here, incomplete. It's a 1-point game now, and 3 timeouts for the Seahawks. Can they do this? Well, 37 seconds left for Jalen Hurts. Has to get close down the field to get a field goal. Who left him that open? Nobody is even guarding DK Metcalf, already in field goal range with the 26. Hand off to Christian McCaffrey. He might just get a touchdown here. Okay. Okay, you know what? We'll take a touchdown. I would have probably just gone with a field goal, but still nonetheless a lead. And now they'll go for 2 to make it a 7-point game. Jalen Hurts, quick pass. They got it, 19-12. All right, final play. Joe Burrow just going to throw as far as he can. He's from his own 40. Hopefully it gets to the end zone at the very minimum, and it's going to get there, knocked on the ground. There's a flag, though. That could be pass interference. Are they going to place this at the 2-yard line? Oh no. The most bailed penalty in the entirety of sports. It's this right here. It places it at the 1-yard line. So they have to get the touchdown here. Final play of the game. Joe Burrow. And no, it's incomplete. What a game. 19-12. The Seahawks win, which means the NFC first line will stay on and the AFC is going to their third line. Don't look away now, but after claiming Miami, the NFC is only down by 1 battle. It's 9-8. So now the tides are changing. It's now the NFC on the first line and the AFC on their third line. We're going to have the battle of SoFi Stadium, the LA Rams territory. Single point game here in SoFi Stadium. No, this is not a home game for the Chargers. It's actually supposed to be considered the Rams, but here's a completion to Stephon Stephon Diggs and a juke out of bounds to the 43. Speaking of 1-point game, I just finished watching the Chiefs-Lions game just a couple minutes ago. What a game. Lions won 21-20. The AFC is getting a little risky here, and I'm not surprised because Josh Allen is their quarterback. I don't really know why they're not kicking the field goal, but nonetheless, Derrick Henry takes us in for a touchdown. Okay, that works. The AFC's third line just stunned the NFC's first line, and I mean, I guess they have home field advantage. Who am I kidding? They actually don't have any fans at all. Well, so much for the NFC tying it, but at least it's still a two-battle game. It's 10-8 right now. The farther we get into this video, the more I realize I feel like we need something more to it. I like this concept, but I think power-ups or player stealing could definitely work in this. Anyways, we're going to Vegas to Allegiant Stadium, and the third line Chargers are staying on considering they just won to be playing the second line Buccaneers. Buccaneers are at midfield, the Raiders logo. Hopefully they can take over Vegas. They have a completion here to Cooper Kupp, first down and 10 for the 41. This second line for the NFC has had no brain power this entire video. I mean, look at that. Where was he even aiming? Well, now it's third down and 25. This time they do not decide the blitz, and they're gonna have to pay for it as we have a huge completion to the 10-yard line. There is a personal foul though. Add on top of that face mask, that's gonna put him like inside the 5. Interesting enough, Dak is lining up empty, but it works out because no one's even close to Cooper Kupp. What's going on? Josh Allen looking to keep this third line on the field for the next game. He's gonna start with some pass completions up here to midfield. Close enough. Can't get the first down though. Timeout called, 14 seconds. Can and will they get in field goal range? Need about 20 more yards. Hold up. Okay, Keenan Allen's got it. Fully expecting this kick to be nailed to send us to some extra play time. It will be 27 apiece to overtime. Well, the third line Chargers have already found themselves in the end zone in overtime. They've striked first. The Buccaneers will get the ball back for the NFC. And now it looks like the NFC is going to strike back with a touchdown of their own. They just need 4 yards here. Easy enough. Once again, Cooper Kupp on that curl route. It's unstoppable. And now it's first to score. Sudden death. Second possession for the AFC is not going so well. Now Josh Allen's going to run for it. No, he stays in the lane. No, he's going to throw it out of bounds. What are you doing? 4th and 12. And the drive for the NFC is not going too well either. 34 apiece. Can someone just please score? Who is guarding Mike Evans? Apparently nobody. First down and 10 to the 27. Just kick a field goal. Let's get out of here. After 35 minutes of simulating this one game, we finally have a winner. It's the NFC. So now the NFC has tied it up at 10. I don't know what I was thinking, but it is 1:30 in the morning. They are not tied. It's still 10-9. Even though the NFC is clawing their way back into this, the first line is back up for the AFC, and we're going to Buffalo for this one. So this is the battle of high mark between the first line Ravens and the second line Buccaneers. I knew this was going to be a problem for the NFC. Nobody is matching up with this first line of the AFC. They're just too good. The AFC adds on yet another territory in the Northeast, and they're going to make it 11-9. For certain American history reasons, I cannot say that score in inverse. I don't think it's going to get any better for the NFC's case because now the third line has to go against their first line, and we're going to go to Arrowhead for this one, as it will once again be the Ravens taking on the Lions. Yeah, I saw this happening from a mile away. The third line Lions can just not compete with the Ravens. They're just too good for the AFC. Well, there you have it. This video is now deemed unrealistic considering the Lions just lost at Arrowhead. And from this point, it's only going to take the AFC 5 more wins to win this video. They just need to get majority, which will be 17. Alright, this is the final outfit change you'll see for this video. We have 11 more to do. This one's going to start with our first game in MetLife. We're going to have 2 actually. And both teams are at full strength. They're both on their first lines going to MetLife. Once again, these first line teams just keep on going to overtime. Let's see if it's going to pay out for one of these teams. Christian McCaffrey with the first down. Play action crossing route. Jalen Hurts throws it short to his tight end. George Kittle, first down. 3rd and 5. Short slant pass complete. Now we head to the 10-yard line with Justin Jefferson. 3rd down and goal, empty formation for Jalen Hurts. They have burned up the entire clock of overtime. You know what? This is not a bad thing. They're going to kick a field goal, but they're only going to leave like 20 seconds on the clock. Okay, maybe a bit more than that considering they want to snap it so early. 50 seconds, I mean, but the Seahawks take a lead. Okay, so while I was definitely not just scrolling TikTok on my phone, the Ravens just fumbled on the kick return, which means the Seahawks recovered and they won the game. Okay, now the NFC has brought the double digits. They're getting really close, but they have still yet to take a lead on the AFC. 12-10 now. AFC's down to their second line. We are going to go to Houston for this one, as the second line Steelers will take on the first line Seahawks in NRG Stadium. Yeah, this is exactly what the NFC needs. They need their first line to step up. As they do so here, they're going to get another win on the board for them. NFC has brought their deficit back to 1. NFC now trailing by 1 single battle, and they can tie it up going to Cincinnati. The battle of Paycor between the third line AFC and the first line NFC. Wow, the NFC tied it, man. 27-20 victory here in Cincinnati, so they will take that part of Ohio. Now we're tied at 12 battle wins per conference. Basically, it's first to win 5 now. We're back to our first lines. The next win here will take a lead for whatever conference. We're going to go to Santa Clara, California. It's the battle at Levi's Stadium between the Ravens and Seahawks. I really don't know what's up with these constant overtime games between the first lines, but 3rd down and 4 for the Ravens. Patrick Mahomes needs 4 yards here. He barely gets this one off the Tiebreaker Hill. First down to the 37. Another 3rd down. This one's from the 41 and 6 yards needed, and no, couldn't get it. Try to go to OBJ, but incomplete. Jair Alexander, of course. What has been the NFC's response once again the ball back. Absolutely nothing. 3rd down and 10. They have to get points on the board here. Well, they can. And Jalen Hurts runs for it. He fumbles again. Oh my goodness. Learn from your mistakes. Well, yeah, all it took was just one Justin Tucker field goal. It's like Jalen Hurts is just holding sticks of butter instead of a football. Ravens win 24-21. The AFC is currently blue balling the NFC from taking a lead. It's 13-12. That really sucks for the NFC because now they're going to move on to their second line while the AFC stands at their top players. But we're going back to MetLife for the second battle of MetLife. It's between the second line of the NFC and the first line of the AFC. This is crazy. The NFC's second line's taking down the Ravens, which I thought the Ravens were like going to streak there and win like 3 straight. The NFC really needed this. We are tied once again, 13 apiece. The NFC is fighting for their life to finally take a lead, and we're going to be going to Jacksonville for this next one. It's the Battle of TIAA Bank Stadium. Can the NFC finally get their first lead of this video? It's going to rely on Dak Prescott to throw an interception. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, Derwin James got the interception. Buccaneers defense did force a punt, meaning they get the football back. They just don't have any timeouts. All right, Dak, let's throw to someone wearing red this time, as they'll do so right there. First down and 10 for the 38. 20 seconds remaining. Dak scans. Gonna run up in the pocket and... Was he trying to throw it backwards? That was definitely not the most normal ending to a game I've ever seen with Dak Prescott at quarterback. You see, it's funny because the NFC keeps gunning back into the game, but then the AFC just goes back up by 1. It's just a repeating pattern right now. Try not to win 2 games in a row challenge for the NFC. It seems to be impossible, but now we're going to New Orleans. Now we're going to Caesars Superdome for the battle between the Steelers and the Lions. Well, at this rate, we're just continuing the pattern. The Lions just had to get a first down to win this game. There's a flag, though. That's probably offensive holding. 3rd down and 6. It looks like Kirk Cousins is going to pass here. No, he hands it off to Aaron Jones again, and he falls for 4th and inches. I don't know if they're going to go for this or not. Yeah, this is fake as hell. Real life Dan Campbell would have definitely went for this 4th down and inches, even if from his own goal line. He literally did it last night. Joe Burrow has had some pretty clutch college plays in this exact same state. Maybe he can have some here. That's the opposite. Final play of the game. It just has to be a 33-yard touchdown pass. It's going to make it around there. No, it's out of bounds. The Lions in the NFC get another one. The pattern continues. Something's got to break eventually. We're now tied at 14. We have 4 more matchups left. AFC is down to the 3rd line, which really sucks for this next game. We're going to Foxborough. It's the Battle of Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. It has finally happened. The NFC is finally taking a lead in this video. I don't think this lead's going to last a long time, though, because next up will be the Ravens' first line playing them. So it's the NFC's first lead, 15-14. Kind of weird how the map turned out. As you can see, East and West Coast completely dominated by the AFC. But everywhere else and in between, the NFC has made up some ground, and they have a lead right now because of it. Well, for my expectations, I really expect the Ravens to win this game, which is the first line for the AFC. They're going to go to Tennessee. Reason being is that the AFC has refreshed troops for their first line, but the NFC's on their 3rd line. We're going to Nissan Stadium. Hold up. Do the Lions actually have a chance? It's 1st and 20. It's a long shot, but they're down by 8 points, and that's a completion. Oh my goodness. Timeout called. Amon-Ra St. Brown. 31 seconds remaining from the 25-yard line. Look out, Kirk. 2 Ravens take him down. Timeout called. 2nd and 18. Now met at 4th down and 6. Play action. Kirk Cousins to the end zone. Overthrows a touchdown. Oh my goodness, man. AFC gets one late. But what I meant to say, they tied it once again. It's 15 apiece. Now we have 2 more matchups. It's going to be at Dallas and at Green Bay. Only 2 more games, and now we have both first lines once again. We have Dallas, which leaves Green Bay, Wisconsin for our final game. So, first line Ravens, first line Seahawks, going to Dallas. Oh my goodness. The number 1 first line Seahawks just destroyed the first line of the Ravens, which gives the NFC a lead going into our final game. Alright, with only 1 territory left, here's what's at stake. First of all, if the NFC wins it, the game is over. But if the AFC wins it, it's going to tie it up at 16, which means we need a tiebreaker. I'll explain it if we get there, but nonetheless, our final game against the Green Bay Packers, we do not even have to spin. This is it. It's going to be the first line Seahawks for the NFC and the second line Steelers for the AFC. Welcome to Green Bay, Wisconsin. This will be the most recent championship game you'll see hosted by the Green Bay Packers, but the Steelers are actually punting the ball away. It's 4th and 5, and the Seahawks will take over their own 12-yard line. If they get a first down, this game could be over. They might need 2. This drive's already a flop, but Jalen Hurts is actually going to pass. Oh, I thought he threw an interception for a second. He had the completion, but it's not good enough. 4th and 3, timeouts called. Minute and 45, Joe Burrow delivers first down. George Pickens. 100 seconds on the board. Joe Burrow delivers and has another completion for a first down. They are going down the field like clockwork. 2nd and 10 with a minute and 10 seconds. Burrow backs up to the G, delivers. Oh, that could have been intercepted, but also could have been a catch. 69 seconds. Focus on getting the first down first. Burrow's going to try to do that. Barely escapes. Throws on the run. Delivers. Nobody is even on Mark Andrews. First down and goal under a minute. 8-yard line. Half a minute remaining. Fakes the handoff as Burrow looking for the pass. Goes for the back corner of the end zone. They're calling it a touchdown. he had both feet in bounds. The Steelers take a lead really late. I guess he did. Wow, I think that tapped. That's a touchdown. Well, the Steelers will actually end up winning the final game, which will tie up the board 16 apiece. We're going to need a tiebreaker game. So this is what we got to right now. We have one more game left, which is the tiebreaker. It's going to be a Super Bowl between both line ones. It's going to be the Seahawks and Ravens. Who will win? I'm actually getting really short in time right now, so this is how we're going to simulate it like this. Alright, starting from the Ravens get a field goal, 3-0 right now. Seahawks going down the field, they tie up at 3 apiece. An actually low scoring game between these teams. We haven't seen that yet. 10-3, 10-10 still going into halftime, 13-10. And now the Ravens go down the field, get a touchdown, 17-13. Still nothing scored. Seahawks up 20-17. Ravens answer back 24-20. And Seahawks get a touchdown to win the game. No, overtime again, 27 apiece. Why is this so entertaining? 30 apiece. Next score wins. The Seahawks, the NFC gets it done. Oh my goodness. That was probably one of the greatest back-to-back games I've ever seen using that simulation feature. The Seahawks in the NFC get it done, winning 33-30. They win the tiebreaker game. Well, there you have it. America was split evenly between the conferences, but it came down to the final wire of a tiebreaker where the NFC to finally somehow get on top. It's kind of crazy that the NFC won this because they're almost trailing the entire time. They only had the lead like once or twice. But yeah, this is a new idea which I haven't really fleshed out good yet. I'm sure the power-ups or player stealing can get into this eventually. If you guys want to see this again, I'll make sure to do it better and we can improve it every time. But thank you guys for watching the civil war between the AFC and the NFC, where the NFC comes up on top. See you guys next time.